Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Okay, so for the new students who joined late, so I covered most of it. So if you have one more option here, if you want to read more, if you do more file 1, what it does is it's primarily used for huge file, okay, and this will load the entire file into the memory, okay, and this is how you scroll up and down. So let's see here, more var log messages, right? So to go up and down, line by line, hit enter, and then if you want to go line by line or the page by page, use the escape bar. Okay, and then Q to quit it. So if you use the more command is not good when the memory in your system is low, okay? For that, it's the same command, less. What you do is less. Instead of more, you do less var log messages and hit enter, okay? So what it does is it's now going to load the entire file into the memory. It loads as needed, okay? So if you hit enter, it loaded only one line or two line. If you hit space, it loaded that page. Okay, and this is good when you're using the system when the memory is low, okay? So most of the time I use less. Q to quit. And then let's do cat file 1. So if you want to sort the file, okay, if you type sort file 1, sort file 1. So what it's doing here is it's sorting it alphabetically. Okay, and then if you do -n, it use the number. If there are any numbers in it, it will use it. Is using the numbers here, okay? And let's see here. Okay, so I'm gonna quit here, Control D. So if you do unique, file 1, what is the unique command is doing is it detects a duplicate line. If the line is right next to each other, it will detect it and it will display only one line here with the unique command. Okay, berry. So you have strawberry, berry. It's not just detecting the one word, it's detecting the entire line here. If it's the same exact line right next to each other, then it will just sort it out and give you one single line. Okay, so let's see here. And what else you got here? Date. If you type date here, it will give you the date information. Okay, pretty simple. Saturday, August 15th, and this is the system time. And this is Eastern Standard Time, I think. Yeah. Cal gives you the calendar, today's month, and then the date, today's date will be highlighted. Okay, and if you do cal 08 1900, it brings you the calendar for August 1900. Let's do 1000. So it brings up the calendar here. So it gives you the calendar of the particular year, date and month. I mean month and year, I suppose. So the next command is uptime. What uptime does, it gives you the uptime information here, how long the system is on. So this system is on for 1 day and 55 so 15 hours, and 3 users are connected, and this is the load average here. How do you know 3 users are in there? Because I'm connected here once, and then there is another user connected here. This in itself is 1 user, okay? And then it says 3 users here. Why is it? Well, anyway, so it says the 3 users are connected, and I type who. Say there are 2 users, 3 users here. 1 user is in itself. The other user is I'm connecting the party, and the 3rd user I'm connecting it from another computer here. So there are 3 users here. And if you want to see the last activity, when you type last here, you see when the system was rebooted and who logged in the last time. So if all of a sudden the system went down, you could see who logged in at that moment and what exactly happened and what time the system went down or rebooted. So that's the trail you have. You could go through. I'm going to clear this. And to check the memory in the system, you type free -h. What it does is it will give you the system memory information. So this system has about 1 gig of RAM in there. This much is used, and 738 is free. And then we'll come back to this here, what this means, a buffer available and shared. And this is the swap file. So we'll talk about what swap is later on. But swap is a virtual memory. It's using it's actually using the physical hard drive, and it is cut out from that physical hard drive and using it as a swap here. Okay, and let's do ls. You know what, actually. Give me one moment here. Hmm, 85. So let's see here. Document. Okay, so you have this file here, right? ls file. If you want to see ls-l, you see the file size here, but there is another command, du stands for disk usage, and you type file1 and hit enter, and it's telling you that the disk usage is being used is 4 kilobytes. If you do du-h, H stands for human readable, and it's 4K. And the next command is top. You type top here, it displays the activity which is going on in the system right now. Oh God. You know what? Hold on. Okay, now it's working. Sorry, the wrong system was up. One oh five. Okay, 101. Okay, the IP address has changed because I was messing around with my local router here. I'm going to make it bigger. That should be big enough, right? Yeah. Okay. So what does top command does? You type top and hit enter. So this is the same thing as if you go into Windows here and look at the task manager. right? You see the activity and all that. So the activity is it's showing you the CPU performance, the memory performance, the disk, Ethernet, and then I have one is going crazy here. So what is the top command does is it is showing you the activity of the system here. Okay, what is it using it right now? So you have a percentage of CPU being used, and a total of 98 tasks is being run. Okay, just because you're not using a system, that doesn't mean it's not doing anything. It's doing a lot of processes in the background. Okay, and out of 98, 96 are sleeping, so they are on a standby. And this is the memory information here in kilobytes. And so this is just the snippet here. We'll come back to here when we're going to come into troubleshooting time. Okay, and the which command, when you type which command and ls, so what does which command do is, if you want to see if a particular package or a command is installed, you type which and hit enter. And if you get like /user/bin the tree or whatever the command name is, then that means the command is installed or the software is installed. Okay, so let's see here.
Hey,
Which
Mr. Zafar,
yeah,
how do you get out of the top command?
very good. I was hoping
Mm-hmm.
somebody would say that. Okay, so just push the Q to quit it.
Q. Oh, okay. I was pressing Control Q, but it's just Q.
Uh, yeah, I mean, you're where are you? You have a Mac?
No, I have a Windows, but I'm out of it now. But when I first tried, I was pressing Control Q, and it wasn't working. But it worked now when I just pressed Q.
Yeah, the Q works here. You
Okay.
actually, if you want to read here, top hyphen H. Uh, we'll come back to that top command here towards the end of the class, because um, we're gonna do some troubleshooting for about a couple weeks, 2-3 weeks. We're gonna do how to troubleshoot something.
Okay.
Okay, and all right, so let's see here. So what I'm gonna do here is now for the people who's joining late, joining today. So we're gonna work on the zip command. How do you zip a file here? Okay. Okay, so gzip is the built-in utility. Okay, what does it do? It allows you to zip the file here. Okay, it renames the file with .gzip here. So I'll do ls. So we have all these files here, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the command um, gzip okay, and then I'm going to give the file name fruits and hit enter. If I do ls, so it's not going to create another file, a separate file. It's going to take the same file and then it's going to zip it. Okay, to unzip the file, you type gunzip. And hit enter. Uh, gun, gunzip. Okay, so that's how you zip and unzip a file here. Okay, so let's see ls-l here. So let's see, look at this. Let me clear this. ls-ltr lth. So this file is 249K. Okay, so let's zip it. So what it did was, so it reduced the file size to uh, from 249 to 53K. Okay, and then you got to notice that it gives you the extension .gz. Okay, and then to unzip it, you type gunzip, and then you type this file name. And you're back again. Okay, simple as that.
Is that 249K memory or?
No, the size of the file.
Oh, okay.
The size, the disk size it's using.
Okay.
Okay, all right, so okay, so we got which, okay, so yeah, I think we are caught up here. So one next command we have is tar. TAR. Okay, what does tar command do? Let's see if the tar is installed. How do I find out if a tar is installed? How do I know if a particular command is installed?
We use the which command?
Very good. Which, and I type tar. So if I get this here, that means it's installed. If I get an error message like something like this, then it's not installed here. So this is the directory. It installs the software for you, or the package. Software, package, and command, these are all interchangeably used. Okay, so you don't get confused. So what is the tar command going to do is, we primarily use this for folders here. So moving around folders, sometimes it gets painful, right? So what happens is it saves the folder to single file. It does not compress the file. Okay, why are we using this? Sometimes there are some files here you don't want it to get corrupted. So what you do is you do ls here, and then let's go into folder 2. What do you have in folder 2? Okay, nothing is in under folder 2. So I'm going to move some files in folder 2. Okay, is this going to do it? What is this going to do? Let's actually do this. What is this stands for? What am I moving in here to folder 2?
Doing a file forcefully.
No.
Whoops.
All file which starts with F.
Yeah, very good. All the files which starts with F is going to move it to the folder 2. So if you do ls, so notice it says it cannot move its folder, so it's fine. So all the files starting with F is in there, and if you do tree, so all the files are in the folder 2, and it got moved in there. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to zip the folder here. Okay, so I do ls-l, and then ls-lh. Okay, there is in any big size here anyway, so let me move the messages to also folder 2. So everything is in folder 2 now. So the command to make it a single file is tar hyphen let me do ls hyphen lh2. Okay, I'm going to do tar hyphen cvf. Okay, and then I'm going to say folder 2 and hit enter. Cowardly refusing to create an empty archive. Oh. So what I have to do is I have to do .tar in this case. What? Okay, I get it here. .tar, and then I'm giving it to another folder. Okay, new folder. Okay, actually, I'm sorry. The tar commands actually creates another folder here. Okay, it keeps the original folder and creates a new folder, new file. Keeps the original. Okay, now wait a minute here. Why is it showing you as a file here? Okay, this is what is happening here is so the size has kind of doubled itself, right? When it created just the file name, it took the folder and made it a file here. Okay, so you could look at it, this one is a folder and this one is a file here. So for me to explain you why this is going here, we have to wait a little bit. Maybe another 2-3 weeks down the road, I will explain, you will come back to this here. I'll explain you why this is going into a double the size here, because it has to do with the way the Linux is writing to the blocks. Okay, I'll explain that later on. But here's the thing, this is what you do to tar it. This is what you do to tar it. And to untar it, what you have to type is tar hyphen xvf and then the folder name. So it may not work because this folder is already there once. We'll see here. So let me move this folder away from here. MV folder to folder old. When I'm doing the MV command, what am I doing here in this particular scenario?
Renaming the folder.
Yeah, very good. Renaming it. So I'm gonna move this here. And then what I'm gonna do is run this command again. And then if you do ls-l h or l, so it takes the folder out of it and then keeps the old folder here. Okay. So let's see here. Move folder, we did this and then we unzip the old folder and it's keeping here. So there are some advantages and disadvantages here. So using the zip and gun zip, you're playing with the live file here. You get only one chance here. If you mess up, there is no other chance. But if you're using the tar, you could go back and create it again. Okay. So this folder came back, and tar. This one actually belongs here. Okay, we're good. Okay, and so I'm gonna put down here to compress the tar file, use gzip and gunzip to uncompress it. Okay, good. So let's see here. Where are we so far? Okay, so I already covered this, right? Okay, now what I'm going to do is there is a command called stat, and what this does is stat command. So this command displays is a bad example here. So ls, I'm going to create a file, touch file 1 here, right? I'm going to do stat file 1 and hit enter. So we have this information here. So what we're going to use is this command displays the detailed information of our file. Okay, so the very important thing you're going to look in here is the inode. Inode is it's like a fingerprint for the file. Okay, and other things it has in here is the location where the file is sitting at. Okay, we're going to go deep in that. The access, read write, who have access to this, we're going to go deep into that. And then here the file access so I'm gonna have to explain you what is the inode and then the block size and then the regular empty file, the device. Okay. I'm thinking of this. I think I have to do this here. Inode. So let's talk about inode here. Okay, so inode, this is the fingerprint. This is the inode number for the file 1. Okay, and then this number is holding all this information here. It's holding the inode information as well as all this information here. Okay, so let's take a look here what does inode means. So officially inode is a table on the disk holding the file information. Okay, and it holds the access information. Okay, so what is the information is holding? Owner of the file, ownership, owner of the file. We'll get to this. Okay, group of the file, which group it belongs to. Okay, and the type of the file, okay, and the permissions, and date and time that file was modified. Okay, so we have the timestamp here, date and time the file was modified. It is also the information that when was the file was created here. Okay, date and time of the file modified, and accessed, and number of links. We'll come back to this. Number of links. Okay, and then size of the file, block information, okay. All right, so let me go through this here. So very first thing is this is the file name, and it says the file size is 0. Okay, and then the ownership. This is the ownership, user ID. Root, right now root is the owner. Group ID, there is a group name called root. Okay, that's the group owner. Okay, and it says type of the file here. Type of the file is, it says regular empty file here. Okay, we'll come back to that. And these are the permissions. There is a big we'll deal with the permissions for about 3 weeks here. Okay, it's a big topic, how the permissions are going to work. And then date and time of the last modified here. Okay, so this is the date here, and this is the time, and this is the milliseconds here. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So it's going into down into the billionth of a second. Okay, why is this important? Because I'll give you an example here. This is very important when you're running an atomic clock or a stock exchange, or you have your space agency. All these things are really important for space agencies and all those. FBI, when FBI is looking into it, they look into all these smaller details and see when all those activities are happening here. Okay, and what else we have here is size. Okay, size of the file here, and let's see here. Over here it says device information here, right? This is actually the location. This is the table on the disk where the file is. So this information is wherever the file is sitting. This is the location of the file sitting physically on the disk itself. And link here, number of link. A file is it says one link here. We're gonna study more about links, how the links work. So the file is in itself a link to itself, okay? Your soul and body is a link to itself. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody have one link at least. So link to yourself is one link. Okay, good. So now, so this is the stat here, but normally what you do is, if you want to know the inode number for the file, you do ls-i and then the file 1. It gives you the inode number. So let's see. There is one more information I want to show. Okay, folder 2, right? Okay, yeah, this information is type of the file. Yeah, this is an empty file, and this one is a directory. I think I told you guys already, file and folder means file in Linux. Okay? Don't forget that. In Linux, file and folder means file. File and directory means file. File is a file and directory is also a file. A folder is also a file. It's all considered a file here, okay? Okay, all right. So let's move on. So the next command is find command, okay? You could use the find command to find the specific file. Okay, so how are you going to find the find command?
Sorry, this is Anis. Hello.
Yeah.
Whatever you're typing is not coming on my screen. Nothing is showing on the screen.
Which side? I'm typing on the left side on the Word document.
No. I'm talking about the whenever you're typing on the screen, nothing is showing on the screen.
Okay, hold on. Let me type something on the Word document here. It finds the files in the specified directory. Still the same?
No, I can see the Word document there, but not on the box, you know.
Not in putty?
Oh, yeah.
Or do you see anything? I just typed in putty.
Just now it's coming, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, there's no problem.
From long time it was there like this, yeah. Okay, right.
Okay, so you could use the find command to find the files in a specified directory. You can use absolute or relative path. Or relative path. And you can use name or inode number. Okay, so I'll show you how. So I have a file name file1 here, right? So I'm going to use the command find, okay, -n ame name, and then the file name. So it found the file in this location here. What if you want to find the file is from the root directory? So it goes find slash hyphen name file 1, right? So if I'm going to type this here, it's going to go through all the way from root directory here, and then it find the name file 1. Okay. And then you could also find the file name using the inode number. So what is the inode number for this file? You type ls hyphen I and the file name. Okay, so let me just put this one over here.
So this is Zafar.
Hello?
And this is Zafar.
Yeah.
If we type in the inode number instead of file 1, it'll just go straight to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you type find slash, then you give inum. Instead of name, you could do inum here. Okay, a name, it could bring up any file with that name here, okay? But if you type inum here, it's going to only bring that file. Why is it not working? Well, I need to give the number, not the file name. Okay? There you go. It brings that number, file here. So I think there is one more file in this folder here, right? So let's go to that folder. And then there is file 2 here. So let me go ahead and create another file here, touch file 1. I was thinking there is file 1 in here. So now it should bring up 2 files here. Find slash hyphen name, okay, and then file 1. So it went through all the directories here, and then it found there is file 1 in this place and there is a file 1 in this place here, okay. So let's do only the file stat here, ls-i, and then the file name. All this thing is gonna make sense here later on, okay. Some of them doesn't make sense. Slash root hyphen inum, okay. Since we are running the one exact fingerprints here, it's gonna find this file here. Not ls, man, find. Okay, so it's gonna bring only one file here. Over here, when we use the name Cedric could be a lot of people's name here. If I'm running the only your number, then it will come up here, same exact file here, okay. Okay, good. Then if I use this, only the file with that inode number comes up here. Okay, now these two things are interchangeable here. So let me see if I could cover anything else. Okay, good. Any questions regarding of find command? And this is lowercase. I think I already told you all the commands are lowercase. Okay, so the next thing we're going to worry about is the editor here, the text file editor. So we are done with the commands here. Now I'm going to do the text file editor here, okay? And I want you guys starting this week, starting Monday, you guys could do the group study. And if you work in a group, that could be really good for all you, whoever is going to do the group study. You'll get the concept faster. Okay, so now I'm going to start the VI editor. VI editor this is nothing but a text. It's a text document here. Think of this as this. We have a notepad in Windows, right? This is what is going to be, what I'm going to show you now. So did I already showed what man means? Man pages? I think so, right? Man, if you want to read about a particular command and
Yes.
to know more, yeah, the man.
Yeah, manual.
Yeah,
Yeah.
manual
Yep.
page. Okay, good. I want to make sure I don't miss that. Okay, so let's see here. What is a VI editor? Okay, so this is the definition, okay? This is the definition of VI editor. And let's take a look here. So what exactly is this? Uh, it's a, if you do, let me clear this screen, ls. I'm gonna get rid of everything here, okay? Asterisk. So everything is gone. So what you do is, everybody create a file here. The command is vi. Let's do man vi. Okay, so vi improved with, okay, don't worry about that now. So if I do vi file1, what it's going to do is, the file1 doesn't exist. At the same time, what it's going to do is, it will create the file, and then at the same time it will go into the edit mode. Okay, this is different than cat the other file name. So what this does is, it creates the file not present. No, it doesn't. It opens the editor. With the specified file name. Okay, if the file doesn't exist, it will create one for you. If the file does not exist, it will create for you. Okay, now then push I on the keyboard. I as in India on the keyboard. What it does, it will go into the insert mode. So when you are in the I, it says insert. Push I. To enter insert mode. It's lowercase I. So what you could do is, you could type in here, this is Linux course. Okay, and then hit the escape key. Okay, what the escape key does is, it it brings you back into the command mode. Okay, you will enter command mode, and you push I, then you enter into the insert mode. Okay, push I, then insert into the insert mode. Okay, now what you have to do is save and exit. Okay, how do you save and exit? Hold the shift key and the colon. So down on the bottom of the screen, you see the little colon come up there. Now you have to type the command there. To save and exit, push shift and plus colon. Okay, to come back to actually push escape to come back to push escape to uh, to come back to command board. Save and exit, push shift colon, and then X as in Xerox. What will happen is it will save and exit for you. Go ahead and do that. So if you do ls, you should see file 1 there. X to save and exit. Okay, go ahead and go back in there again. VI file 1 and hit enter. And if you don't want to do any changes, you just want to quit the file, colon, shift again, and Q to quit. There you go. You quit without doing any edit.
Can you do that one more time from the beginning?
Yeah. Okay. So you go VI file 1, you hit enter. So right now you are in command mode. It automatically puts you into command mode, okay? And if you want to quit, you just so far you are looking at the file here. You want to just quit the file, just Q and enter. You will quit the file because you didn't make any changes. Okay? And if you push I, I'm gonna go, this is 6 months long. So what I'm gonna do is I made the change right here, right? If I want to make a change, I have to push I, and then it will put you into I. Insert mode means you could type around and do whatever you want to do. And push escape, then insert is gone from the bottom of the screen, and it's showing you are in the command mode here, okay? Now what do you want to do? You want to save and exit, right? If you have edited something, if you want to save and exit, you type X as in Xerox on the bottom and hit enter. It will save and exit for you. Let's try quitting without saving. So let's see what happens. It will give you, so add, you have to, if you want to discard the changes and if you want to quit, let's do save and exit first. Just do X and hit enter. You should have 2 lines in there. There you go. Let me know you're caught up with me.
There.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Okay.
Actually, sir, so I went into the VI file 1 and I pushed I as well, and insert command is there, but I'm unable to go to the next line actually.
Yeah, go all the way to the end like this and hit enter.
Okay.
And
All right.
hit enter,
Thank you.
then you will.
All right. Got that. Thank you.
Okay, so let me say this. So go back in there again and push insert. This is line 3 and escape. I want to, I don't want to save this file here, okay? There was a mistake. So what you do is you add an exclamation to it and Q. Exclamation and Q, what it does it will quit without saving. Okay, and it says enter type the command. Oh, I'm sorry. You do Q and exclamation. Okay, Q and exclamation will bring you back without saving. Okay, one more time. This is line 3. I push the escape key. Oh, I don't want to save anything, so you do Q and the exclamation. What it does is it quits without saving. Okay, quits the file. And Q and exclamation quit without saving. Okay, and I hit enter. So what happens now? If I do vi file 1, it didn't save the last file here. Okay, let me quit. What happens if I do this? It just gives you the output of the file here. Okay, now you will see how you could use the combination of more than one commands to get to where you want. If you want to, if the file is too big, you don't want to I'm sorry, if the file is small, you just want to see what's in it, you just do cat. Cat works for any file. And then if you, what will happen here? What will happen here? I'm doing the double arrow in here, so it's going to add line 3 in here. Okay, Control D. If I do cat file 1, I have 3 lines here. It's going to be same thing if I do vi. I got 3 lines in there. Okay, good. So let's go ahead and do some advanced editing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete. If you press and hold D on your keyboard, it deletes everything. One line is deleted. If you tap twice, one line is deleted. If you press and hold it many times, it deletes the, it goes like start deleting all the lines. To undelete it, do U. Do U again, U again. It will come back to the oldest change here. Okay, you could have done a 10-15 edits. It will go all the way back as long as you have not saved it. D, delete everything here. Okay, so let me type up something in here. I'm gonna say line 1. This is can you go on mute please? Line 2. This is awesome. Then line 3. I'm gonna say this is going great. Okay. Line 4. This is okay, and line 5. This is super good. Line, I'm gonna type up about 10 lines here. Okay, line 6. I'm gonna say go ahead and do it if you could follow with me. This is Linux OS. uh, is free. Line 7, I'm gonna say this is this Linux has many distros. Okay, and then line 8, Red Hat is most distro. Distro means distribution, okay? Line 9, Oracle Linux is another distro. Line 10 is I'm going to say IBM AIX is also Unix, need its own hardware. Okay, don't worry about what I'm typing here. I'm just typing the content in here. That's what it is. Line 11, I'm gonna say RHEL, OEL, SUSE, Debian, all are Linux. Line 12, I'm gonna say HP, IBM, Dell. This is hardware. Okay, so I typed up about 12 lines here, and I escaped, and I want to save this, save and exit. So do Shift:X, and I saved and exit here. Okay. So if I do cat file 1, I see 12 lines in there. Okay, so there are a lot of commands you could use, but I'm going to show you the most popular one I use a lot is, let's see here. Let me see if I already have in my files here. Okay, guys, one other thing is you're gonna have to start. You could use Google here, okay? Because even now there are a lot of things that comes up. You have to put in Google and get the answers here, okay? So that is normal. If you be putting if you don't know what to do or something, you just put in Google and you'll get the answer here, okay? So let's go through this here. So let me save this. So first one is colon. This is ready for the commands, okay? X is save and exit. Q is quit read-only mode if you have not made any changes. Okay. Okay, and it says dd actually deletes the line, and it functions as a cut function. Okay, so I have here line 8, right? I'm gonna do dd, so it cuts and it keeps in the memory here. So I'll go all the way on the bottom, and then I'm gonna do p as in puppy. It pasted on the bottom of the line. It paste on the next line where the cursor is at. So if I take all the way up here, if I do P here, where is it going to paste? It's going to paste under line 1. See? And if you do U, it undoes the last command you did. Okay? And it says L. Letter L on the keyboard, it moves the cursor to the left. Okay? And then letter H moves one character to the right. So L moves to the left, H moves to the right. And then what else we have here? J. J moves the cursor down one line. So if you're using J, it moves up. And J goes down the line, and K goes up the line here. So you have 4 keys on your keyboard: H, K, H, J, K, L. Okay, H moves to the left, L moves to the right, and then J moves to the bottom, K moves to the up. Okay, this is how you could use it. And then wherever you are, if you push the letter O, it will open a new line for you, and at the same time it goes into the insert mode. Okay, right here, O moves the new line, opens a new line in insert mode below the cursor. So I'm gonna do U. I'm here, right? I'm on line 6. If I push O, what it's going to do is going to automatically go into the insert mode. At the same time, it will make a space entry for you. Open a new line. Let's put it that way. Okay? I do escape and U. So it says YY, it copies single line here. So let me go to line 5. I type YY. So now the line 5 is copied here. Compared to DD deletes the file and keeps it in the memory, but YY doesn't delete it, it copies it. And you could definitely go all the way down here, and then if you do P, it pastes the line. If you do like paste many times, it keep pasting it. Okay? But at the same time, it says here, so if you type number 2 YY 2 times, what it does it copies two lines. So it copied line 4 and line 5 here. So if I do P here, see, it copied line 4 and 5. I want to copy 3 lines here, so let me go all the way on the top. I want to copy line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4, what the heck. So I push number 4 and YY. Down on the bottom it says 4 lines yanked. Okay, I don't know what it means, but to me, when it gives a message like that, it tells you the 4 lines are copied here. Okay. Now what you could do is you could position yourself anywhere you want and push the letter P. It copies it 4 lines. It pastes the 4 lines for you. Still there. It continue pasting it until you do the P command. U to undo it. P to paste it. And sky is the limit here. If you want to copy 10 lines, just type 10 YY, and then you got the idea, right? And if you want to save without quitting, Q colon. So we already saw that. And here, if you want to search IBM in there, you have to do the pattern here. So you do shift colon, okay? So you do shift colon, now it's ready for the command. Type the / and look for IBM. Okay, so look for IBM here and paste it there and hit enter. So it jumps to the line where it says IBM. Okay, so if you want to go to a next instance for IBM, you have to go N. IBM, you hit enter, it goes N, and you hit N as in Nancy on the keyboard, it jumps back from, if you have like IBM 10 times, it goes in 10 times. Okay, so let's see here. I'm going to do the search for distro. DISTRO. I'm going to hit enter. So it found one. It's going bottom up, I think. And then it found one more. It found one more. So it found 3. Search, hit bottom. Continue at top. So it goes in the bottom, then it jumps to the top. Okay, so the other ones, I have bunch more commands in here. So it says search and replace here. Let's search and replace, okay? So what if you want to search and replace something, you have to do the %. S stands for search. And what do you want to search? You want to search IBM. And what do you want to replace it with? You want to replace with Apple. So what you do is hit enter. So right here, over here IBM was there, and over here IBM was there. So it searched and replaced it in an instant. Okay? And what else? So it says replaces the occurrences globally in the file. So it replaces every instance in the file here, I think. Okay, and then without saving an exit. Oh God. It says W2 without W and hit enter. So you have to do W and says W saves the file without quitting. Oh, okay. When we do X, it will close the file also. But if you do W, it stays in there. So it saves the file and stays in the file at the same time. And then let me copy line 4, last line. And then you want to quit. Saves files. Oh, save file and quit. Okay. You could also do W and Q. Save file and quit. Or X. There you go. It saves the file and quit. WQ. Okay. So the other ones I'm not using. You're free to follow along. If you have any questions, let me know. P5GG moves the cursor 5 lines up. Okay, these are many other stuff I'm not using day in and day out, but I think you would need this as a reference if you need to. Okay, so let's move ahead. How much time we got? We got good 20 minutes. Okay, so So this is the VI editor here, okay? So tap, you're gonna be using these many commands a lot. From here all the way to here. These are the commands you use a lot here. The ones you're using, okay, you use this one too. I'm gonna give a space in the middle here, and that way. Okay, from here, these are the optional ones here. I'm not using it way too often. Okay. So I'm gonna quit here. Clear. And can you see my screen still? Yeah, okay. So the next command I'm going to talk about is cut command, okay? So I'll show you what cut command does. So it cuts the field or characters in the file and presents the output. Okay, so let's see here. I have file 1. Let's create a file 1. Let's create a VI file 2. What I'm going to do is I'm going to type here column 1. Okay, and space column 2. And space column 3. Okay, so I'm going to copy this, and I got a bunch of columns here, right? I'm going to save and exit. So how you're going to do is you do cat file 2, right? And this is the output here. But if you, what you want to do is, if you want to see only column 2, you don't want to see column 1. So what you do is you type cut command -d. It means a delimiter. What is a delimiter? In here is a space. Okay, delimiter is space here. So I'm going to do a blank space here, and -f stands for field. This is the first column is field 1, field 2, field 3. So I'm interested in field 2 and the name of the file. So it gives you column 2. Okay, so let me copy this. Okay guys, delimiter means in the text editor space semicolon colon question mark, all the special characters, okay, a period, all these are delimiters. These are examples of delimiters. Okay, so what I used here is I used a delimiter space to cut the file here, okay? So I'm going to copy this. So let me explain you what this is. One, two, three, four, five. Okay, I have cut -d, and then we're gonna give you the delimiter. Okay, and field -2 and the file name. Okay, this is command, and we have to do -d. So the system knows you're providing the delimiter and a delimiter, and then the field, and then the file name. Okay, let's play around with this a little bit more. So if you ran this command, this is what it came up, right? So let's go into now. Okay, wait a minute. Let me test you guys. So what will happen when I do this?
The name will change.
Hmm?
Or no.
It will put the content in file 3.
Very good. Whatever the output, this output is going to go into the file 3, okay? Now you see how more than one commands are being manipulated here. Now file 3 was not there. The file 3 is there now. Then I do file 3. So output is there, okay? So let's go into file 3 and play around with it. So I'm gonna go delete all this. Column 1. This time I'm gonna use semicolon here, right? Two, three, 4. So what I'm going to do is, okay. So you already might have noticed some of the files are like this here, because that's how the Linux does it. It doesn't care about graphics. It just cares about the providing the content to the file here. So I'm going to save and exit. And if I do cat file 3, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do cut -d. I'm providing the delimiter now. Now the delimiter is a semicolon here, right? So I'm going to use the semicolon you have to put the semicolon in the bracket, in the quotes, and then you want to do field 2 and field 4, okay, and then name of the file, file 3. Okay, you have to give a comma here. What the? Field 2 and let's do field 4. Okay, so when you run a problem, what do? Man cut. So delimiter field list no delimiter character unless s hyphen s, only delimiter output version it's giving you cut option and then the file. So in there you are showing fields equal list. Select only these fields. Okay, so let me quit this. Oh God. Okay. I thought that would have worked here. So what do? You put in Google here, cut using delimiter, okay? Okay, yeah, we give a space there actually. So now you do this here, give space 2 and 4. Uh-oh. Where is it here? Okay, comma 4. Now it comes up. Okay, so what do is you extract this data and then move along here. So there is one other command I'm going to show you a little later, how to manipulate like the fields here. You know what, actually I will show you now, because this is how you do for the cut command. Okay, so there is another command called awk, AWK. Okay, I forget what it means, so we'll take a look. So you type man AWK. Oh, it's actually coming as a guac. Production awk. Well, I'm not worried about this, what it means here. So let me quit this and clear. So you type awk AWK, and then what you do is, this is the pattern here. So if you do man awk, it gives you an example here how you use it. So you type awk space, and then you open a single quotes and curly bracket, okay, and then you type print $1 and comma $2, okay, and then you type file 3. So it's not working, so you do -D, and then you do this here.
Mr. Zafar, I think when you open the man page, it said that it's supposed to be written as Gawk. You're supposed to put the G before it?
No, it's no, it's not G. Originally, that's what it's mean, G, but it's automatically taking awk.
Okay.
Let's do to file 2 here. Cat file 1, right? No, not this one. Cat file 2. Okay, so we have spaces in there. Okay, this should work here. File 2. Yes, working for file 2. So cat file 2, and then you do this here. It works, so it's giving this nicely here. So what you type is, you type in Google here awk with delimiter. There you go, it's coming up already in there. Okay, yeah. Field, and this is the field is. Okay. All we have to type in here is okay, file 3 and hyphen uppercase F, and in the quotes you give a semicolon, right? Yeah, there you go. Let me clear the screen. Cat file 3. Okay, now what we're doing is we're getting rid of this here. At the same time we're getting rid of this stuff, and we're making it nice and clean here. Okay, so when you run a command like this, this is awk, this is field, and this is the field separator, which is a delimiter, and we are telling to print column 2 and column 1 and 2, $1 and 2. So let's do $4. It did it to column 1 and column 4. Okay, so it's working. So I'm gonna do cat file 3. I'm gonna put in a couple more in here. Okay, so now we ran the command. You ran this command here, and this is what it comes out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so awk -f for field. This is a delimiter. Delimiter, and what do you want to print? This is the pattern here. There is no way around it. Okay. Print $1 is fields $4. These are the fields and the file 3. So awk is the command, awk command, and specifying the field. When you type -f, that means you're specifying the field and the delimiter, and then it's gonna print what is this gonna be is the columns. What did I put up here? Yeah, this is wrong. These are fields. This is column and the file name. Okay. All right, I think this is it. So I'm gonna stop here, and we'll pick it up where we left off here tomorrow. Okay, and I'm gonna upload the video and then the document as soon as I'm done. Any questions, please put it in a chat, because I want everybody to see what the people are getting the questions, and somebody answer it. If nobody answered it, then I'll answer it, okay?